amazing artist. How are you today? I am so excited for what I have planned today. You're gonna love it. Well, I hope you love it. I love it. Do you love little monsters? Oh, they're so fun, especially when they're cute and happy. And this one is kind of a combination of a chubby T-Rex and a little monster with big giant eyes. Does that sound fun? I hope so. It sounds fun to me. How have you been lately? I can't wait to see what you do. I sure hope that you post your art when you're done so that I can see what amazing things you are coming up with. That's the only way I can see it. So remember, hashtag AFLB or hashtag ArtForLifeBlueprint, and please send me a digital picture of what you have created so I can put it in celebration videos and I can shout you out. It makes me so excited. All right, let's get going on a really cool, fun little monster dude. All right, now we want to fill our page and we want to always remember to draw lightly first. You're going to need a pencil today, an eraser, a Sharpie, and some crayons or color pencils or paints or whatever you want to add color with if you choose to add color. Sometimes we just feel like drawing and you don't have time for the color, or you can always come back to that later even. All right, let's find the middle of our paper. Oh, hello. First, turn your paper portrait. We want to have it on the tall side so that we can fit our little monster tall, okay? Because he's taller than he is wide. Now, find your middle. And then I like to find the middle between here and there and kind of up to the top. And I'm going to start with a line that is now big. We're going to fill our paper, okay? We're going to start about here and come over about like that. Can you see that line? So that comes down. This is his nose, just so you know. All right, the next line we're going to do is come up like that. All right, then we're going to come down. I'm going to come figure it out to about here. And there's going to be his bottom of his mouth, okay? I know he looks a little crazy now, right? So we're coming over and down. That's his top of his little head and down his little nose. Then up and then down. Let's stop a minute and add his nostrils because that will help you to know what's going on. So right in this area, we're going to put one like that. And then right here, we're going to put one like that. Uh-oh, I got my one that's further away, bigger. Let me erase it. Now let's have a little talk about size of things. When something is closer to you, it's going to look bigger, and when it's further away, it's going to look smaller. You see my hand? Bigger, and this one's further away, smaller. So this nostril is further away from us. This one's closer, so this nostril needs to be smaller, and I messed up and made it bigger. Now it looks more normal, so we want it smaller. And then let's put a little whoop in it and a little whoop in it. You know, sometimes I like to even curl those. That's fun too. I think I'll just go the whoops today. I kind of curled that one, didn't I? Well, I'm gonna go like that. Cute. All right, so now we need some eyeballs, right? So I'm gonna put a line right about here. And I'm gonna give myself a big old eyeball. And I'm gonna bring that across like that. And then I'm going to give him, well, first I'm going to erase this line out because it is in the way. All right. And then I'm going to give him another one right inside here because that is, I think that's going to be the white of his eye. Maybe that'll be the colored part and I'll leave this part white. I don't know yet. And here's his pupil and I'm going to put it right there, okay? Now that's one eye and it's closer to me, right? So now the other eye is on the other side of his head. So it's going to start here. And again, it's further away, right? So I was careful to put a little light line first that time. See how I made that hump smaller than this hump? Because this one is closer to me and that one is further away, right? Now, this eye is kind of facing here a little more, so I'm going to put the pupil right up here at the front, and then on this line on this one, I'm going to have it come around like that, so we're not even going to see the whole thing. See how I've got him facing over there? Yeah. I think I want to move that pupil just a smidge though. I'm going to move it just a tiny little smidge to right there. I like that. I also got it a little smaller. I'm going to make it a little bigger. There we go. All right. I think it's looking kind of fun. I've got it a little taller here on this one too, so I think I am going to bump that one up just a little taller because I've got more space here on that eye. So I'm going to get that worked out. This is where it's so good that you are drawing with a light line instead of me over here drawing with a really dark line. But if I drew with a really light line, you guys would not be able to see my line very well. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going really dark for you. Ready for the fun part? The teeth. I love making sharp teeth. All right, so I like to do the top teeth first, and I like them to come down about halfway. So I'm going to come down and go, and I like to curve them just a little. Do you see how I kind of curve that teeth? It's like, you know? So I'm going to give him another one. And another one. And you see how they're just kind of filling up half the space. Now I start skipping a little space between them. And notice they get smaller as they come to the back of his mouth. Now the teeth on the bottom, I like them to kind of come up. See how there's these little triangles between the teeth? I like my bottom teeth to kind of come up into that space. That fits nicely. So the top of this one's going to be up in that space. Up in that space. And they're still getting smaller as they go back. You can also notice I made my bottom teeth a little skinnier and longer, and my top teeth were a little wider and shorter. It doesn't matter. Your teeth can be any shape you want. They could be total triangles. They can curve a little like mine. Maybe your top teeth are a little longer and your bottom teeth are more short. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you want your monster to have. But I thought that was kind of fun for me today. Next line is his chin. Now this is just a little line, and it's going to start right here and just going to come like that. Okay, just a little bitty line. And then we're going to come, like, you know how we had that out if we continue it with our finger and kind of curve down, it's going to come out the back side of our little eyeball. And it's going to come down. There's his little bottom. Okay. Now, my little monster / T-Rex little critter has a big old belly. He just had a big lunch. Now he's got these sharp teeth, but my little dude is an herbivore. He eats plants. He's not going to go out and kill other critters and eat them. He's going to eat plants, this one is. But he just ate a lot of plants, and so he's got his belly full. So I'm going to come on down and curve his little belly around like that and just stop it right there for a minute, okay? Now, the next thing I need is his kind of knee and leg, and it's going to curve right here, okay? So I'm going to bring this, I like to bring, see, this was his bottom. I'm going to bring it on over here. Let's see. I think I want it here. So I'm going to bring that down a little further. I'm going to bring it on down, and here's his little leg. And here's where his little foot is going to, he's got a big foot, and it's going to come across like that, okay? Do you see that? Now I know where to put my big, see, we're going to put a big kneecap right there. So now I'm going to come around and curve, and it's just going to come right in there. So that's like his little kneecap, and it's going to come down into his foot, which comes around like that. And then I like to give him some big old claws off of his toes, okay? All right. Now, the next thing is his little belly just needs to come right on down and meet that. See how we just bring it on down? That makes it really easy to place the other leg or the other foot. The other foot is going to just stick out from here, and come back like that. So do you see that? It's like this shape, a little smaller because it's on the far side of his body, so it's a little smaller, and it's just right there. And then you can add some little claws to that toe too. He's looking fun, isn't he? So he's got his little rumpus, his little knee, his feet. He needs some hands, doesn't he? Yeah, poor guy. How's he going to get those leaves and all that foliage to eat if he doesn't have any hands? All right, so here's how we do that. I like to bring part right here from his knee. Let's bring part of his little arm out like that and stop before his belly. And then we're going to bring the other side of his arm up like this and then just curve it a little. See how that little curve makes it look like it's coming out, and stop right there, because right there we're going to give him some little claws. So you got that line and that one. If your knee doesn't come up that high, then just bring your arm on up and it'll be just fine. So don't worry about it, okay? So let's say you drew your knee here. Just bring his arm on up right there, okay? And that'll work out just fine. Now we're going to go boom, boom, boom. He's got his little claws ready, right? Yeah, he's ready. Now his other arm is going to stick out right over here. It's going to come out like that, and a little bit we're going to see right there. The same way, we're going to just leave. I keep getting the wrong, I made a crater in my paper. Now we're going to leave that little spot open, and then we're going to go like, there's his other claws on that side, okay? Now, he's looking cute. That's why I say he's like a monster / T-Rex. You know how T-Rex have those little front paws and those big, powerful back legs? That's kind of how I made this little guy. Now, he needs some little spikes. So I like to give him a few little spikes. And then let's give him some bigger spikes going down his back side, okay? You can give him as many as you like. I'm going to give him one more. And then he's got like a little tail. And I drew mine so big that his tail is going to go off the page. That's okay. You can have yours, you can have him without a tail, or you can give him a tail. I think I'm going to have my tail kind of come like this and come like that. But then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to pretend like his tail is really long, and I'm going to have it come back up like that. So it went off the page and back up on the page. I think that's fun, so I'm going to do it like that. Now, his big spikes came right down his back. I think I'm going to give him some little bitty tail spikes, okay? So I'm going to give him some that just kind of come like this. And they get little towards the end, but they get bigger right there. So there they are. I gave him some little tail spikes. He's got his big back spikes. He's got some nose spikes. He's got some crazy eyes, got big nostrils because he has to smell to make sure nobody's coming to eat him, right? And he's got big teeth for all those leaves and whatever. Your monster can eat whatever you want it to eat. You know, maybe he's a bug-eating monster. Maybe he likes to eat. Did you see The Lion King? Do you remember Timon and Pumbaa, how they eat those squishy bugs? Maybe your monster eats those squishy bugs under the logs. All right. Well, you know what time it is. It's time to Sharpie. Or if you are drawing just in pencil, then it's time for you to go back over your lines that you like and you want to keep and make them nice and dark, okay? All right. I'm going to go fast now, and I'm going to be quiet so that you can just watch me go super fast and you don't get bored. If you need to go back over any parts, be sure and hit pause or hit rewind, or I will see you in a minute when I get ready to add some color. All right. All right. How did your little crazy monster turn out? I'm pretty happy with mine. He's got a little few funny spots, but I think he's cute. I think when things are a little bit funky or wonky or a little bit off, it adds to the charm and the unique quality of our little critters, don't you think? I forgot to add a shine to his eyes, so I'm going to remember we like to add a little shine where the light reflects, so I'm going to draw it in pencil first so I can remember where I want to put my little shine in my eyes. And I'm going to black my little pupils in so that I can color in but leave one little tiny white spot. That kind of makes my little guy look like he's alive and he has a little bit of personality. There, I think that's cute. I like it. I'm going to erase out the little spots of stuff. And then time to decide what color is my crazy monster going to be. I'm kind of feeling, I don't know, stripes and polka dots? Zigzags. Oh, I don't know, so many choices. How are you going to do yours? Have you been thinking about it? Are you going to do yours monster color like green or brown, or is yours going to be like a crazy fun colorful monster? I'm going to make a colorful one, but I don't know what colors yet, so I'm going to choose. I'll speed me up through this part so you don't get bored, and I'll surprise you when you get back. All right, get to coloring. Hey, hey, how did your crazy monster turn out? Or he's not so crazy, he's just kind of cute, isn't he? How's your cute monster? Did he turn out the way you wanted? Did he surprise you and turn out differently but still wonderful? Some of my best drawings totally take a different direction than I ever thought I wanted them to go to in the beginning. Like I might start one way and I have this idea in my head of how I want it to be, and then I make a little mistake or something changes and then it ends up completely different than what I envisioned in the beginning. Has that ever happened to you? Yeah! I'll tell you one thing though, if you can keep yourself from getting frustrated and just go with it, often that will lead you to some of the most beautiful and fun art that you ever make. You just have to let go and go with what happens. There's a thing called perfectionism, a thing about it. It just means you want everything perfect all the time. And can I tell you, nothing is perfect. Nothing in this world is perfect. And if you're always trying to get something perfect, you'll be disappointed and you'll never get anything done, because perfect things often aren't even the most interesting. The most interesting things are tree branches that have an interesting knot, and then they curve really funny, and they might even have a jagged out spot. Not one that's exactly smooth like you think it should be. Maybe a monster that's got his eyes a little crooked, but he's got so much more personality and interest than one that's exactly what you think it should be. So I want you to keep that in mind and understand that perfection is there, and it's a thing that some people strive to achieve, but I don't think it is worth, and we want to do our best, okay? So don't get me wrong. We want to put our best effort out into the world and do good work and be kind to other people, but we don't need to be trying to be perfect all the time, because that is just, it's not as interesting as what you'll find along the way if you make a mistake and you let yourself go with it and see where you end up. That's my little tip for today. But I want to see your monsters. Will you get your parent or your guardian or whoever to post it on Instagram or Facebook? You can put it in our Facebook group or in our page. And if you haven't joined our group yet, moms and dads, it's Kids Art with ArtForLifeBlueprint, or our hashtags are hashtag ArtForLifeBlueprint or hashtag AFLB. If you put those with the art, then me or my team will find them, and we can give you thumbs up and cheer you on and give you comments, because I love to see them and I look at every single one. So I would love it if you would post your stuff for me. And I'm trying to think, I lost my train of thought, but do that. Post it for me and for all your friends and family to see too. And I like to make little celebration videos and put the art in there. And I just like to shout you out and give you good love on your art. Now remember, draw something every day. Go with the flow. If a mistake happens, you can try to correct it or just go with it and see where it leads you, okay? If you do these things and you practice every day, you will become even more amazing than you already are. I can't wait to see your art, and I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.